the Kemu political hot seat. Today with me I'm going to have the INCUBENT Secretary General and BWANA Jonathan, the aspirant of being a Secretary General in Kemu. Yes, it's the Kemu political hot on yesterday's decision of altering the elections. Karibuni sana. Welcome to the Simi 039 show. Here we are going to be better and bolder. We're going to learn and impact, empower each other in different dimensions. Karibu. Myself, Madam Boss. With me I have my fellow interviewer. He will introduce himself, then we introduce our guests in the house.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is KISERO Kennedy, a student in the Department of Nursing, the School of Medicine and Health Sciences. Yeah, we are here today to speak about a bit of our school politics, and I think it will be a good session for us.
Yes, and so from my side, can you please introduce yourself?
Right, thank you. My name is FADHILI. I'm the Secretary General of the Students Association, and also I will be contesting in this year election, but it has been halted for a while. So until then, I still have that title of being the Secretary General because I was removed from the office by a team of the SEC committee that is considered null and void. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for hosting us. My name is Jonathan ORIKI, a third-year clinical medicine student who seconds to be their chairperson in the Kemu Clinical Medicine Students Association, and who aspires to lead the Kemu students as their secretary general in the forthcoming election.
And of course we have questions for them. They're going to answer us for the better good of the comrades of Kemu. We said it's being better and bolder. My colleague will start us off as we continue. It's an interactive session, and I guess I will be the host. We expect you to even broach everything that maybe you want to say as additional to it. KISERO, please start over.
Thank you so much, and welcome once again, our guest. And my first question to our SG aspirants will be on the cat in the house, the decision made yesterday by the institution. I want to ask both of them here to explain what is their take or how do they feel about the decision that was made yesterday. Was it a right decision by the administration or was it a wrong one? I will start with you, Jonathan.
Thank you. I guess it is very unfortunate, though it will go down to history, that we had to pause our elections just because of mistakes done by our leaders that we trust the most. Maybe to explain to the comrades what really transpired is that during the selection of the commissioners, that is the student electoral commissioners here in main campus, there are two eligible commissioners who are selected by the panel, by the panel. As per constitution, whoever, anybody who wants to apply for that post should first have a GPA of 2.75 and should at least have 3 trimesters remaining, amongst other qualifications like being clean. He or she has never faced the academic disciplinary committee. So you get that the two commissioners didn't fully qualify, and it was a subject of removal first before the whole process continued. It is something that some students petitioned, but it was not given that heavy weight as it was expected. Secondly, is that for you to qualify to be a delegate, because that was another bone of contention, for you to qualify to be a delegate, you should have at least have 45 credit hours remaining, and then should have covered at least 36 credit hours. Then finally, thirdly, you should have a GPA of 2.75, and finally you should have cleared the school fees. And as per our constitution, it says that you should not have any fee arrears. So you get that some of the list that came out on 11th of June, that was last week on Saturday, there was some elements who didn't qualify, who didn't meet the criteria that was being used. So after a lot of step-by-step engagements, the management, headed by our DVCAA, Dr. Mary Pinoti, had to again post everything and then go back afresh. So on to me, my point is that it was good because if with the students, we are enjoying the early 20s, we cannot follow the constitution. Our constitution that has 60 pages. Then I guess we couldn't follow the Kenyan constitution with hundreds of pages. So it is a plus, but it is unfortunate that it comes out from the leaders. Leaders that it shows who should be showing us what to do. Yeah.
Okay, my incumbent is BWANA. What was your take based on the decision made yesterday?
Thank you for the question. For me, I have no issue with that decision. It is the right decision because students' rights should always be upheld. So if there are issues to do with the entire process, if there are things that were not followed, then the students have the right to question everything. But as for me, because I was an interested party, I couldn't take part in the entire process of selection, shortlisting, and everything, because we were also afraid that if an interested party, despite the fact that I was in the office, could participate in the process, then there could be favoritism. So I believe that was the right decision, and let the students receive the justice that they deserve. Yeah.
Maybe BWANA now that she's been in office for all that time, maybe could you just explain to us the content and the entire of the university from all the person, what happens, like the selection of the silk, what happens, who selects, who these people are involved in verification. Is there any chance that perhaps the office itself has its already people, like the success, the decision has already been determined, so this application is just for officiality? What is your comment about that? And besides that, explain to us in the process of what happens now that you are incubent and at least you know.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, the entire process is stipulated in our constitution, how the selection, the shortlisting is done. So it is a committee that is formed through the Dean of Students. Then once the committee is shortlisted, then they're the ones who takes control of the electioneering process. So there is no magic behind that, or maybe predetermined names. We also the announcements from the dean for students to apply. So basically that's the thing. So maybe if at all there are things that happen, it might be as a result of what the committee saw was right, but everyone stands an equal chance in the selection. So it depends with the qualification, I guess. Yeah.
What will you say on the verification process now that the Dean of Students was involved? She was the person behind the committee. What is your comment on the outcome that they made? Because you know it is a waste of resources by the school, by the students. You see students campaigning, taking the time, others didn't go to class for that. What do you have to say on that mistake that was made, and especially by our own Dean of Students? You know, she is professional. She knows the constitution. She should show us that she should be a role model in this. What is your view?
My view is I don't think under any circumstance these people might be mad. Maybe the two candidates who are shortlisted, there might be reasons behind that. It's only that maybe not told. And I believe because it is not a one-person process, then if at all before that petitions are coming, how to means that whatever was presented in terms of petition, we had more stronger points than the ones that caused them to be selected. And I don't feel like, because everything has a reason, you see, and at all there are reasons why that was done, then it couldn't be so fair if everyone could talk. But again, I see it is also a plus so that we may identify some of the problems that arises, and for future reference we'll be able to ensure that we close down all the gaps that are there. But for me and the team that did that, I guess there are reasons behind everything, so I can't comment much about that because I wasn't part of it and I don't know what happened. Yeah, but on the fact that the university cancelled the election, personally, I had printed posters. I had planned everything about the elections, but if there are decisions that have been made, as an aspirant I have to accept the decision and wait for the so-called justice to happen.
Well, Jonathan, still on the point, do you think that choosing of the SEC was corrupt in the sense that it was corrupt or there was favorism in the sense that we have the SEC members that being qualified as per the constitution. We had our dean of students that was involved with a very professional person, you know, and now it happens that the delegation system in choosing of the delegates, we had some delegates that didn't clear the school fees. Do you think there was some agendas behind it, or what are your views on that?
Yeah, so my take is the constitution gives the dean the mandate to first write to the VC so that he can approve the rule writing. Then secondly, select the panel. So as a whole, you can't point the mistake to anybody. Like you can't say that it is this person who made this mistake. You see. So I can just say that it is the group of people maybe, or maybe through their own constitutional interpretation, how to do that. So I can't later point that it is this person is mistake or the same. But again, onto it, whoever my take is, if, because I know the institution will have to go and investigate the same, whoever will be found that the person was the one who manipulated everything, who led the whole group to go south, then because it has costed us time and resources, I guess it is good even to open some files for even the screening committee, you see, because the same did happen in 2019. And secondly, and this is why I'm advocating for constitutional reviews and then in future once we form the parliament, it is good for us to look into the constitution so that we can review it. You see, first, we the students we always take sides. So the whole mistake starts when the constitution gives the student council the mandate to be among us the panelists who will be choosing the student electoral commission. So I guess it is another loophole that should be filled immediately we do the constitutional review. Secondly, in the qualifications, it is good for us to also interpret clearly. You see, the constitution we should always use a very simple English that anybody can understand comfortably by reading. So about these fee arrears, we should be clear what is the definition of the fee arrears. You see, we should make, if they mean that we should have cleared the school fees, let's just use cleared school fees to that readiness, because such interpretations, everybody has his own interpretation, and someone has. And also finally, in the constitution we also have what we call finalists. The constitution says that the 13 finalists are the people who qualify. You see, finalists, there are two interpretations. First interpretation, that whoever who has gone all the process until the final stage, that is a finalist. Another group of students can interpret that a finalist is someone in the final year. You see, so such kind of loopholes are the things that should be done immediately. We form the next government. Yeah, so my take is you can't point to anybody whatsoever, and it has already been decided. We should make it clear.
But you understand that in an institution such as this, when anything goes wrong, they don't point the fingers to this in the finance or somebody. They point to the topmost person.
Maybe just to tell you, we never point to a specific person. We just point to a specific office. Yeah, in this case, you have the answer.
Thank you so much. Yes, aside from the Constitution, we should as well advocate that once we have a rule of law, it should be cutting both sides. It should be justice for all. So, apart from the Constitution issue, it's just few days ago where in the social media platforms you saw the Azimio blogger Robert Alai advocating or claiming that Kemu is one of the sources of fake degrees. You as the, like, now you, Fadhili, you are the incumbent, and Jonathan, you are an aspiring SG. What do you guys have in mind to try and defend our school? Because, you know, when such things circulate in the internet, it's bringing bad reputation to our institution. For example, in terms of internship for those who have completed their studies, or in terms of job market, no such thing should not just be taken lightly. So I guess you are all leaders. Now one is in office and you also you are not in office. But once you are a leader, you can work even without the title. Now I'll start with you, Jonathan. What is your take? Or what do you think should be advocated? Because we must as well protect our school, our reputation.
First, I want to say that, you see, we as Kenyans, we have the freedom of expression. And we've been given that mandate to just type because we own that account. You can type whatsoever that you feel like. If you ask Robert over the same, he really doesn't have tangible evidence so that he can point. One thing I know about our institution is that this is the very first private university to graduate medical students, you see. So if it is about the quality of academic that we give to our students, then I can rank it as the topmost private university, the best in fact, you see. So my take is for Alai, if he has any evidence over the same, let him just submit it. And maybe it is in fact above my area to talk about such kind of things. So my take is, I have total confidence to our institution, the quality they are giving, and it is always the best. So let them speak, but we know what we have, because I've experienced it.
Yeah, I know our institution is one of the very, very best institutions. And once someone makes such a claim about our institution, we really feel bad and we really feel low about it. And I think certain action as well need to be taken for us to defend our school. Now I'll be back to our incumbent here, Fadhili. What do you think about such claims, and how should our school react to such shameless claims about our institution? Because we are as well proud of our institution.
Thank you. I think the only problem we have in this nation is the freedom of expression without limit. So if Robert Alai is claiming that Kemu is the source of fake degrees, you are students here and you can see how we really strive to study when it comes to preparation for exams. And you all know that there are also disciplinary actions in case one tries to do anything contrary to what the student academic handbook says on matters pertaining to academics. So I feel this is an electioneering period, and rumors are there spreading the way it used to happen in the WhatsApp groups about Fadhili. So you don't have to worry about a lie. What you people just need to do is to keep working hard If someone has anything against you, then let them attach tangible evidence. But we won't continue sitting down and allow political bloggers to tarnish the good name of our institution.
Are we going to be diners at the dinner table or servers to the diners? Stay tuned. Part 2 linked in the description.